Hi everyone, welcome to this video lesson in which we'll be covering more functions with domain and range. So the difference in this video lesson in comparison to the previous one is we are given a discrete domain, which means the values of x are, we're given three values of x for this function as a domain, and what we need to do is we need to find the y values to go with the range. Okay, so notice, don't forget domain is the x values and the range is the y values. So we need to find the y values that go with these x values. So with that said, notice that I've started here for the first value. So all you have to do is we got to find f of -1. So which means we plug in a -1 inside of this parenthesis instead of that x. Okay, so this is 3 times -1. When you multiply 3 times -1, that gives you -3, right? So then this is -3 plus 1 over 7, which is equal to -2 over 7. So this is a y value that goes with -1. By the same reasoning, we can do the next value. So then for this value, notice that we have a 0, right? So this will be 3 times 0 plus 1. Well, 3 times 0 is 0. So all we have left, well, we can just write the 0 plus 1 over 7, but 0 plus 1 is just 1. So then when x is 0, y is 1/7. And the last value, we are plugging in or substituting, instead of x, 5 over 3, which is the last x value we're given for the domain of this function. So then 3 times 5 over 3, this becomes a 5 plus 1 over 7, and 5 plus 1 is 6, so this is 6 over 7. So then the range of this function with the given domain is -2 over 7, comma, 1/7, and then last 6/7 or 6 over 7. Okay, so for this given domain, this is the function that goes with the given x values. I mean, this is the range that goes with these x values. And also notice that I was given the values of x from least to greatest. Do the same with the range, from least to greatest always. Okay, so the smallest of the values goes first and the greatest goes last. So with that said, let's go to the next example. For the next example, we are given these x values. So let's start with the first one, which is f of -3. And then we'll do f of -1/4. And last, there will be f of 5 over 6. Okay, so then let's substitute for x here. So this is -2. Instead of x, -3 minus 2. -3 times -2 times -3, that's +6. And then 6 minus 2 is equal to 4. Okay, so this is one of the y values in the range. So for the next one, -2 instead of x, -1/4, and then subtract 2 more. So then this is negative times negative is positive. 2 times 1/4 is 1/2 minus 2. Well, this is -2, and you're taking away a positive 1/2. So this is like saying, I can write a 1, so then multiply by 2 over 2, so I can get the same fraction, same denominator. Okay, so then this becomes 1/2. This becomes -4 over 1 times 2 is 2. Then 1/2 minus 4/2 is the same as -3/2. Okay, so there's the y value that goes with x being -1/4. The next one. So this is again -2, open parentheses, 5 over 6, and then subtract 2. So then this is the same as, we can do -2 times 5, that's -10. I could have simplified here, but I'm going to not do that for now. And then minus 2. Now let's simplify. 2 goes into 10 and 2 goes into 6. So then this becomes 5 over 3 minus 2. Now again, this 2 is implied to have a 1, so then let's multiply by, we need a 3 under it, so multiply by 3 over 3. So then this stays as negative 5 over 3 minus 2 times 3 is 6 and 1 times 3 is 3. So we have the same denominator. So then this is negative 11 over 3. Okay. So from here, this is the list of the y values. So this goes first for the range. Okay. So negative 11 thirds. And then the second smallest is going to be, let's see, for this one will be this one here, negative 3 halves. And the last one is positive 4. Okay, so there you have the range for this given domain. Right, so I'm gonna go on to the next few examples. And on the next few examples, we're going to use the graph, the given graph. So notice we just have points, and all we have to do is, don't forget, this is the same as saying the value of x is negative 5. So where on this graph, which one of these points has an x-coordinate that is a negative 5? So find that point and then find or determine the y value where x is negative 5. So then this is negative 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So notice this is the only point there. So then the question is, what's the y value at this point? So this is negative positive 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is where y is equal to 5. Okay. All right. And I got the wrong point here. I'm sorry. Okay. Let's do this again. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is that point. So this is where x is y is negative 3. And I apologize about that mistake. All right. So that's number 3. Number 4. What this is saying is where y is equal to 5. What is the x coordinate? So then let's go to a point. Let's find a point where y is equal to 5, and then we'll see what the x coordinate is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is the only point we see. So the question is, what is the x value at this point? Let's just count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So x is equal to negative 6. I hope you're getting the hang of this. Okay, so for example, number 5, let's find where x is equal to 2. What's the y value? So this is 1, 2, and this is the only point we see. And the value of y at this point is negative 2. What about this one here? When y is equal to 0, what is the x coordinate? Well, when y is equal to 0, which is at this point, right? If y is equal to 0, which is here, what is the only point that you see on the x-axis? And that is this one here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So negative 7 is that value for x. All right, so I hope that's not too bad. Next example. Okay, so for the next example, given the function 5 minus 1/3 of x, and g of x equals, f of x equals 5 minus 1/3 of x, and g of x equals 3x minus 1, decide whether each statement is true or false. Please show all work. So then what I'm going to do is I'm going to find what f of 5 is first, and then I'll find what g of 5 is, and then I'm going to compare them, okay? So then as you can see, 5 minus 1/3 instead of x, 5. So this becomes negative 5/3. I need to get a 3 under this 5, so I'm going to multiply by 3 over 3. So then this becomes 15 over 3 minus 5 over 3. Well, 15 minus 5 is 10. So then this is 10 over 3, which is what f of 5 is equal to. Okay, so then I'm going to do this one here. Notice g of x is 3x minus 1, so this is 3 times 5 minus 1. 3 times 5 is 15, and 15 minus 1 is 14. Now here comes the question. Is 10 over 3 greater than 14? Well, 10 over 3, 3 goes into 10 3 times, and we have a 1 left. So this is not true. Therefore, the answer to this one is that it is false. Okay, that's a false statement. So let's do the same with this example. All right, so I've substituted for x in this function, 5 minus 1/3 x, which is 1. So that's f of 1. So then this is equal to 5 minus 1/3. So times 1 is 1/3, right? So then I need to multiply, again, just like I did here, I need to multiply that by 3 over 3. So multiply the 5 by 3 over 3. So then this becomes 3 times 5 is 15. 3 times 1 is 3 minus 1/3. So then f of 1 yields 15 minus 1 is 14. So 14 over 3. And now let's do g of 1. G of 1 is 3 times, instead of x, 3 times 1 minus 1, which is 3 minus 1, which is equal to 2. So g of 1 is equal to 2. So now the question is 14 over 3 greater than 2? Well, 3 goes into 14 more than 4 times, and 4 is more than 2. So therefore, this one is true. So I hope this lesson was not too difficult to understand. I'll see you in the classroom. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.